All right. Good afternoon, CrossFit Humanity Coach Stephanie here. Welcome to 12 p.m. yoga. Today we're going to continue our work with shoulders and lats. We'll also see lots of other postures like we normally do. These practices this week, specifically the one on Tuesday and today, will be a really nice recovery for the Murph practice we're going to be implementing starting tomorrow if you check out the CrossFit workout. And then beyond, all the way up until the 25th, which is a Monday, which we're going to be doing Murph as a community, which I'm very excited about. So this is a really nice practice as recovery for all of the pulling, lats specifically. So, and chest for the push-ups. We'll get a little bit of work in there for the hips for the squat, but we're going to mostly focus on the shoulders this week. So I don't think you need anything specific other than your mat. So let's go ahead. We're going to start in child's pose like we did on Thursday or Tuesday. This is Thursday. We're going to start in child's pose and then we're going to get started. All right, here we go. Oh, I forgot to mention real quick. I'm going to do a special, and we'll put this out in the email today. I'm going to do a special like slow flow next Monday at noon, even though we're not running yoga every day. And this slow flow is going to be like 10 breaths in each posture. It's something we did that I did when we were doing the evening yoga classes. So it's just going to be a really nice way to relax from everything, a little different than what we do here in these regular classes. So, okay, now let's get started. All right. So let's go ahead and start in child's pose. Toes together, knees wide. And as you let your hips sink down towards your heels, walk the hands out in front and just allow the forehead to rest on the mat. And for this first posture, I want you to just breathe through the nose. And as you breathe, notice how the ribs expand and kind of press against the inner thighs. And on the exhale, notice how everything kind of relaxes back to a neutral position. So we're going to go through a couple cycles of breath here, just kind of settling in, starting to hone our focus to the breath, and allowing our body to relax before we enter into some postures. Trying to create a really slow, long breath. Maybe thinking about the breath starting at the tailbone and going all the way to the top of the head will help you create a really long, expansive breath. On the exhale, from the top of the head, go all the way back down to the tailbone. Keeping those hands out in front. So we're going to start moving now. On your exhale, walk the hands over to the left. As you place your left or your right palm down, grab it with the left hand, and then reach your right hip back as you press your chest towards the floor. Okay? And then go ahead and just peek under your armpit a little bit so that you can feel a stretch kind of towards the outer ribs. Good. Now inhale to walk the hands through center, and then exhale over to the other side. So grabbing the left wrist now, press down through the left palm, and then reach your left hip back. And you draw your chest to the floor. And then if it feels appropriate, just start to peek under that armpit a little bit and a little more length. And then inhale, let's walk the hands back through center. And then let's go ahead and come on to our knees for kneeling position. Okay? Take your right foot and step it out to the right. Right toes will continue to face forward. Inhale, left arm up. I want you to reach up and then exhale, lean over to the side towards those right toes. Now I want you to lean straight over, so keep opening the chest a little more to the left, reaching through your left fingertips to get that really nice side stretch here. You may also find a little inner thigh stretch depending on your flexibility. Good. Inhale to bring the torso up, release the left hand. Now just sit your hips back towards your left heel. So you're going to keep your right foot out. And you may need to adjust your foot so that it's directly in line with your hip. And once you get there, you just go ahead and settle down onto those forearms, targeting the inner right thigh here. So Start to shift your weight over to the right a little bit. Not so much that you've dropped inside of the left foot, but that your weight is a little bit more inside of that foot. Good. And then inhale, let's come to the hands and knees. We're going to start with a couple rounds of cat-cow just in the shoulder blades. So thinking more of a scat push-up here. So with the hands under the shoulders, keep those knees under the hips. On your exhale, you're going to draw the shoulder blades together and drop the chest down. And then inhale to round the upper back, chin to chest. Inhale to drop the chest down, squeeze the shoulder blades in. And then exhale, round, chin to chest. Last one, let's go. Exhale, draw the shoulder blades in. And then exhale, go ahead and widen. And then bring yourself back to neutral. And then up to your kneeling position. On your exhale, you're going to take your right or your left foot and step it out to the left. Okay. Inhale, right arm comes up, reach up. And then exhale, lean over to the left. And again, we're looking for a nice long side stretch here. Okay. Maybe you feel a little inner left thigh. Keep reaching through your right fingertips, open the chest. Good. Inhale to bring your torso back up, right? And then exhale, sit down towards your right heel. And move your left foot back a little bit if you need to line it up so that you get more inner thigh stretch here. And then depending on your flexibility, you can shift a little more weight towards the inside edge of your right foot so that your hips are a little bit more to the left. All right, inhale. Let's come to the hands and knees. Okay. Now we're going to go through a couple rounds of cat-cow, focusing on moving from the belly button. So now we're going to incorporate a little bit more of the pelvis. On your inhale, you're going to drop your belly button down, lift the chest up. And then exhale to round, press the palms, chin to chest. Inhale to drop the belly, lift the chest. Exhale to round. One more cycle. Inhale, belly drops, chest lifts. And exhale to round. Inhale, come back to a neutral position with the spine. All right, and let's go ahead and just go to downward facing dog. From here, let's pedal out the feet. So draw one heel down, then the opposite knee, and just kind of go back and forth. Good. All right, on your inhale, lift the right leg up. And then exhale, let's just step that right foot forward between the hands. Bring your back knee down. Inhale, reach the arms up. All right, so when your arms are extended overhead, I want you to reach through your fingertips and lift the chest. Now the goal here is we're going to open up the whole left hip crease, so like left hip flexor. So first just lift. Keep lifting and maybe a little bit back if you have the space. Belly button is hugging in to protect the lower back. So keep lifting. And exhale, let's go hands down. Let's straighten out the front leg. Half split. Ooh, who doesn't need some more half split? All right, so turn the toes towards you. Curl into your shin. Keep reaching your chest forward. All right, inhale, read on the front knee. You're going to plant the palms and just step it back, downward facing up. And let's do second side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it forward between the hands, back knee down. Inhale, arms up. Now from here, again, focusing on stretching the front of the right hip. On your inhale, I want you to lift your chest up, up, up. Tighten up that belly, bring it into the spine. And start to lean back a little bit, more space. And exhale, hands down. Straighten out the front leg, half split. Again, trying to take your tailbone and curl it back as you lift your chest and fold. On your inhale, rebend the front knee. And let's just step it back, downward facing dog. All right. From here, we're going to come into down dog side stretch. We did this on Tuesday. So keeping your hips high, I want you to lift your heels off the mat. And on your exhale, drop both heels over to the left side. Your feet will kind of line up with each other in the back of the mat. As you push down to the palms, a little more weight through the right palm, lift the hips. Looking for a big side stretch through the right side. Inhale, bring the heels through center, and then exhale, heels drop over to the other side. Push down to the left palm, lift the hips. Inhale, bring your heels back through center. Good. And then on your inhale, come forward to plank. Let's bring the knees down. Listen to the count of 5. We're going to lower all the way to the belly. Exhale, 5. Elbows in. 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down. Just roll the shoulders down the back. And on your inhale, straighten the arms, upward facing dog. Lift the chest. And then exhale, just bring your chest back down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, press to the palms, straighten the arms, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, inhale, forward to plank. Knees come down. Exhale, lower to the belly. Inhale, upward facing dog. Straighten out the arms. Exhale, down. Good. All right, let's move on. Inhale, lift the right leg. Bend or open up the hips. You can bend the knee. You can point the knee to the ceiling. I just want you to find some movement here. Okay, so stretching out anything that feels good by lifting that right leg really high, driving your left heel down. All right, now square the hips. Inhale, extend your right leg. And then exhale, step that right foot forward between the hands. Or I'm sorry, right foot to the outside of the right hand. Okay, so that back leg is straight. Right toes point forward. Dropping the hips down. Lifting the chest. We get a little bit of hip stretch here. And then on your exhale, straighten the front leg. Let the head hang heavy. Doesn't have to get all the way straight. If you straighten your leg a little bit and you're like, oh, feel stretch, that's totally good. I know that with the fingertips on the floor, it may limit how much you can straighten your leg. All right, on your inhale, rebend the front knee. And exhale, just step it back, downward facing dog. Let's try the other side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Bend the knee, open the hip. Drive that left leg up. Heel of the right foot goes down. Any kind of movement here. That feels good. Good. Square the hips. Inhale, extend. And then exhale, step that left foot to the outside of the left hand. Back knee up. So drop the hips down a little bit more. Lift the chest up a little higher. Next exhale, straighten your front leg and fold. Again, straightening only as much as you need to feel a stretch with your fingertips on the floor. On your inhale, rebend the front knee, and let's step it back. Downward facing dog. All right, and look forward between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees, and then just walk the feet to the top of the mat. Feet come together, hands on the shins. Inhale, flat back, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise all the way up. And then exhale, release your hands back down. All right, so now we're going to come into it's mountain pose with a little bit of side stretch. So I'd like you to bring your feet together right underneath you. I want you to separate the toes so you can get a really good wide base of support here. Inhale, reach the arms up. Grab your left wrist. Press up through the left wrist and then lean over to the right as you press your hips to the left. Inhale, bring yourself through center. Re-grab the left or the other wrist. Lift up, inhale. And exhale, lean to the left. Hips press to the right. Inhale, bring you up. And then exhale, release the hands down. Next up, we have eagle arms. We did on Tuesday the full expression of eagle that included the balance. But I just today want us to specifically focus on the upper body portion of this, okay? So feet can either be together or right underneath you. You're going to take your left elbow and hook it under your right elbow. Now, for some of you, hands won't be able to wrap around and clasp. That's okay. If you can, wrap around so that palms are facing each other. And my right fingers are kind of in the left palm. Okay? Whichever position you have, though, everybody draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Elevate the elbows. And then gently pull the hands forward away from the face. In this position, you'll get a nice big upper trap, middle trap stretch. You need a little more. Draw the chin down to the chest. And then you can need even more. You're around the upper back. Trying to separate the space between the shoulder blades. Inhale, bring your head back up. And then exhale, release. Give it a little shake. Then we're going to do the second side. So here we go. Left elbow hooks under. And either have your hands, palms facing away, or you can wrap the hands around. Wherever you are, shoulders down your back. Elbows elevate. Hands pull forward. Okay. And then from here, decide if you need a little bit more. Chin to chest. Or full rounding of the upper back, trying to separate the shoulder blades. Good. Go ahead, unwind on your inhale, and then go ahead and shake it out. Cool. Let's keep going. Bring the feet together, top of the mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive it forward. Hands on the shins. Inhale, flat. Exhale, full. Plant the hands. We'll step back, downward facing dog. All right. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, step it forward between the hands. Inhale to rise. We've got high lunge. Okay? So we want a good base of support here because we're going to be doing some things at the upper torso. So make sure you got a little bit of space between your feet so you're not quite on a tightrope. It'll help you balance. And then in addition to that, pull those ribs in so that we get not only a good core position for balance, but we've got a nice downward pelvis. Okay? So that tailbone is reaching down. Now, interlacing the thumbs here. Okay, on your inhale, reach up through the ceiling, and exhale, lean over to the right. Inhale through center, lean over to the left. Inhale through center, arms reach out. Inhale to grow a little longer through your torso, and then exhale, twist to the right. Good. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist to the left. Keep the hips neutral and pointing forward. Just move from the middle back. Inhale through center. Reach the arms up. On your exhale, hands come down. You're going to step your left foot to the top of the mat and cross your left ankle in front of your right. And continue to fold. So the soft bend in the knees. You're just going to continue to bow forward here. Get a little outer hip stretch. A little stretch in different parts of the hamstrings, depending on where you're tight. On your inhale, uncross the feet and bring them together. Hands on the shins, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, downward facing up. Let's take it back. All right, second side. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it forward between the hands. Inhale to rise, high lunge. Okay. Pulling those ribs in, good wide balance, or wide feet for balance. Okay. Interlace the thumbs. Inhale, grow a little taller through the torso. Exhale, lean to the left. Inhale through center. And then exhale, lean to the right. Inhale through center. And then reach those arms out wide. Inhale, grow a little taller through the spine. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale through center. Don't move the hips at all. Exhale, twist to the right. Just feel those right ribs roll back. Inhale through center, arms up. Exhale, hands down. You're going to step your right foot forward and cross your right ankle in front of the left ankle. Soft bend in the knees and just continue to fold forward. Good. On your inhale, uncross the feet together, hands on the shins, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, and let's step it back, downward facing dog. All right. On your inhale, lift the right leg up, bend the knee, open the hip, and then if it feels okay, you're going to drop your right foot to the floor. You're going to straighten out your left leg, and on your inhale, you're going to press your hips up towards the ceiling, open your chest, and reach your right arm overhead. Wild thing. Good. On your inhale, bring yourself back to a downward facing dog with the right leg up. And exhale, step that right foot forward between the hands. Okay. From here, we're going to come into Shiva side stretch. So placing the left palm flat on the floor. Turn your right toes and your left toes all the way to face the right side of the room. On your exhale, you're going to take the left hip, just gently drop it down towards the floor. Combination stretch here. We've got right glutes, and then we've got left side body. Good. Inhale. Bring your hands either side of your front foot. Back knee comes down. And then arms come up. And so now we're in a low lunge. Letting those hips just soften down. Interlace the thumbs here. We're going to go side stretch again. So inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, lean to the right. If you have a little more space, lean back a little. Keep pulling up and away with those fingers. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, hands down. Step back. Downward facing dog. All right, second side. Inhale, left leg loose. Bend the knee, open it. If you'd like to, come into wild thing. Place that left foot on the floor. Right leg straightens. Inhale, presses your hips up. The left arm comes over the head behind the ear. On your inhale, coming back to a three-leg down dog. Get that left leg up. And then exhale, step that left foot forward between the hands. We're going to work towards Shiva side stretch. Right palm on the floor. Both sets of toes are going to turn all the way to face the left side of the room. Okay. And then drop those hips down. And we're going to find left glutes here, right side body. Inhale, bring those hands either side of the front foot, back knee down, and arms up, back into our low lunge. Now grab the thumbs, extend up, inhale, and then exhale, let's lean over to the left. If you have a little more room, lean back. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands down, take it right back. Downward facing dog. All right, we got a lot of work in those shoulders, so we're going to spend a little more time in the hips. Coming into pigeon now. So inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right shin forward. Okay, we're going to shimmy the back right behind you. All right, you can stay here or drop to those forearms. Remember, using that exhale to help the tension kind of slowly dissipate. In, come onto those hands. We're going to reach back down facing dog. Let's just send that right leg up. Shake it out, and that feels good here. All right, 12 seconds up. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left shin forward. So left knee towards left wrist. Scoot your back. And again, just focus on the breathing. You know, we're not going to go anywhere for a couple rounds, so just be here for just a little bit. Inhale onto those hands. Now we're going to take it back. Downward facing dog. Left leg reaches, shake out. Cool. All right, from down dog on your exhale, just drop the knees to the floor. We're going to swing the feet around. There's a couple more stretches before we close it out. Okay. So when we talk shoulders, we can't forget about chest, because that is definitely part of the shoulders. So we're going to go reverse tabletop. That is a chest and biceps specific stretch. So plant the hands on the floor behind you. Fingers face the heels. Inhale, straighten the arms over the chest and lift the hips. And if you have a little bit more space, draw the hips forward towards the heels. I'm going to hold for 3, 2, 1. Bring yourself down. Shake it out. We'll do that one more time. Hands behind you. Inhale. Open the chest, straighten the arms, lift the hips. Here we go. For 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring those hips down. I'm going to cross the shins. And just like always in our cross shin position, I want your feet a little bit more forward and not so close to your hips. Okay. Neck stretch. Super important. I think that's one of the places, especially the upper trap and into the neck. Those are the place that I see the most trouble for people when they're having shoulder problems. So something to think about, that you need to stretch it and mobilize it probably every day, because we get a lot of tension stored in the shoulders, right, from texting and all those goodness things. Okay, so shoulders away from the ears. Right arm wraps around the lower back. Here, take your left ear and draw down towards your left shoulder. Now, with your ear directly moving towards the shoulder, you should feel a stretch right along the side of the neck, even into the upper traps. And if you draw your chin down a little bit, you can wrap the stretch around the back of the neck. If you lift your chin up, you can wrap it in the front a little. So orient your chin in a position that works for you today based on the tightness you're experiencing. Good. Inhale. Bring the head back up. Switch sides. Shoulders away from the ears. Bring that right ear to the right shoulder. And then the same thing here. After a couple breaths, play with the position of the chin so that you can get into those little tiny places that you may not know are tight. The neck is a really interesting part of the body because it does a lot, right? It supports our head. There's a lot of little muscles throughout. But because of so much mobility in this particular area, which we need, right? All that mobility means that when things get tight in the muscles, things can change pretty quickly. So we want to keep the neck and the shoulders really loose and mobile as often as possible. Okay? And then last little bit here, it's going to be for the hips before we close. We're going to spend 10 slow breaths in a forward fold with our legs in this position. Okay? And all I want you to do for the last 10 breaths is just settle into position. Round your back, soften everything. Try not to hold yourself there, just be there, okay? So final 10 breaths. Inhale, arms up. And then exhale, we'll just bow forward. Let the head drop. 10 breaths here, nice and slow. Stay there as long as you like, or if you're ready, go ahead and bring yourself back to a seated position. Keep those eyes closed for just a little longer. Do one more big inhale through the nose, all together. Open the mouth side out. I want to say thank you for those of you joining me live today, those of you watching later on. If you had any comments, questions, concerns, or any modifications you might have used that you think would be helpful for others, please feel free to leave in comments below. Like I said earlier, I will be doing a slow flow on Monday. I will we'll be sending an email out tonight with the details of that and some other things, including Murph. And so you'll get lots of information from that. And yeah, so next week, Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday for yoga. So yeah, Sunday yoga this week too. And yeah, I think that's it in terms of announcements today. Thank you guys so much. This is one of my favorite parts of the day. I just get to do some yoga with you, which is fantastic. So have a wonderful day. Thank you, and I will see you soon.